Greetings, Sweater Kingdom. It is I, Sweater King, and today we're covering a drama that has recently just exploded across the internet. I've been seeing this all over my For You page. I just watched Charlie's video, so I recommend, if you want more full in-depth of what Charlie's opinion is, Moist Critical, go check out his video. He's probably got a more in-depth thing. But I just want to talk about it, because, I just imagine this, right? Imagine you are a college student, right? And you're trying to figure out ways to pay off college, get out of debt, so that, when you eventually get the career that you're going into, hopefully that you're passionate about, you're not that much in debt and you be making bank and be in a stable career. That's what a majority of people going to college or post-secondary university, Harvard, whatever, for, right? Getting the really top dog white collar careers, making a lot of money, starting a family, being stable, right? And that's usually what a lot of people go through. And so recently there was a Marvel Rivals tournament where the grand prize was $40,000 USD, I assume. And obviously that would have been split probably amongst the 6 members on the team. And that is a lot for a college student. Even the small amount, I think people were saying that like $3 to $6 grand, about that area, right? For the amount of money that you'd be making to pay off debt would be so high. And supposedly, the clips going around shows that CZ, the team captain or the team leader, was playing Widowmaker. And through the dawn of Marvel Rivals, right, everyone knows that Widowmaker is probably the worst pick in high competition like this. I've never once ever seen a high-skilled Widowmaker in like really high comps, and I've never especially seen a Black Widow ever do good against a dive comp, because I know how much dive comp means and is meta in a lot of the times, and especially if 40,000 grand. I mean, personally, if 40,000 grand was on the line for me, I would do my best to, encourage or nicely ask my team to, pick to, properly counter. But I guess Cece had her fucking high horse so high that she refused because she's a one-trick pony, supposedly, and was just being rude to Kingsman, who really wanted to win the tournament, or at least put his effort out there, and, as the game suggests, is a team player kind of competitive things. Now, there are some screenshots that I have pulled and showing how toxic she was actually being in her Discord, and it's just, one of them really was really interesting to me, because she basically says that Kingsman was a loser who mostly stayed inside playing video games. Now, what are we playing here? Marvel Rivals. What is Marvel Rivals? A video game. And what do you do primarily when you play video games? Stay inside. Unless you're playing a handheld console, but last I checked, Marvel Rivals was not on Nintendo Switch, which would probably be the only capable handheld device to play Marvel Rivals, specifically the Switch 2, because let's be for real, Switch 1 graphics would probably make Marvel Rivals look like an N64 game. Now, in doing some more research, I found CC's TikTok to see if I can find if she's made any comments, replied to any comments in her own sections, but it has turned out that she's been getting so much backlash that she turned off her comments. And in the opposite spectrum, Kingsman has received so much support from all of this happening for just a poor college student who probably wants to not be in debt and have a steady job. And so he became, I think, one of the most popular Marvel Rivals streamers. He got CC's sponsorship because CC's sponsorship was taken away from her, and so then she put out an apology probably before all of this happened, when this whole thing broke down. Allegedly, I'm not reading all of this apology she put out on Twitter, was allegedly written by AI, which really truly if this is true, it really truly shows of how much she did not care. And a lot of people saying that, oh, this is just a video game, right? You know, it's just a video game, it doesn't make sense. Right, it is just a video game, but you gotta remember that the context of that, not a whole lot of people actually end up getting into a tournament where money is on the line. Right, it's just, if this was your day-to-day job, right, and you didn't put effort into your job, you most likely would be fired and you would make no money. So putting that into the same context, right, this is probably something that, like, she's been working at. She seems like to be a prominent content creator, right, and this primarily seems to be her job. But supposedly her being so toxic removed her sponsorship from the tournament and was given to Kingsman, which is insane, right? There's probably going to be developing on this, but I wanted to hop on this because this would honestly pique my interest in returning into Marvel Rivals, that and Deadpool. But just hearing about this drama and just hearing how a one-trick Widow player gets humbled so hard, right? And she's being so toxic about this everywhere she goes before she turned off her comments because she is getting so much backlash, right? But one thing that is very valid, though, is a lot of people are seeing this as an incentive to be like, oh, this is why women can't play video games. No, that is not the wrong message. Anyone could play video games, but when you're in a team-based game like Marvel Rivals and you are not getting yelled at, or if the teammates are asking you politely to maybe switch to a character to better benefit the team, right, that she can't handle the fact that she cannot play anybody else and has to have her way, right? This could apply to anybody. This does not specifically apply to women in this sense. So all you losers in the comment section is going to be like, oh, just being absolute misogynistic because of one person in a specific gender group being toxic. Get out. All right, I am not dealing with you guys. Again, this applies to literally anybody, right? So everybody I know is supporting Kingsman in this. CC is getting a lot of backlash to the point where she turned off her comments. And I just think that this whole situation is very, very hilarious. Mostly for the fact that she had such a huge ego that she got humbled and is now basically grasping at straws because she got humbled, because she got her sponsorship taken away, allegedly. And she went as far as to allegedly write a AI-made apology. And the reason how people found this out was that they put her apology in an AI detection software thing, right? I don't know how trustworthy those are because I know some people did put the original Constitution in an AI like detection thing, and it, you know, registered as the Constitution as AI. So obviously we cannot detect that. We cannot use AI detection as like a definitive proof. But when you have an apology where it comes out as 97% generated by AI, it's looking a bit suspicious, and it looks even worse on your part. But that's all I realistically wanted to talk about, mostly for the fact that CC is a very terrible person. Kingsman really wanted to win the prize money, probably to pay off his college, and maybe have a bit of extra spending cash to enjoy leisurely activities at such a young age, especially in college. Not a whole lot of people go to college these days, and it's honestly, you know, impressive that he is keeping on the grind in college. So if you want to go support him, please, I'll probably find his Twitch account and put it in the description. But that's going to wrap it up for today's video. If you like what you see, consider subscribing. Make sure to follow me on Twitch so that you know when I go live next. Make sure to join the Discord. I'm always in there. I'm always active, trying to be, you know, as active as I can be in there to make it more fun and more, you know, user resident friendly, you know, whoever joins. So feel free to join the Discord and to enter yourself in the sweater contest. But that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Peace, Kingdom.